Good evening, everybody. I'm Kath Lloyd from Make the Change, and it's Let's Talk. And Happy New Year to everybody, and welcome to the first Let's Talk of the 2019 series. Now, since I spoke to you last, which was just before Christmas, we talked about celebrating your 2018, and I hope you have done that little bit of homework and have now been able to celebrate lots of lovely things. Hopefully it prompted lots of great memories and made you realise exactly how much you did do and how much you achieved during that year. And I did mine on my special paper that I created, and it's lovely to actually see everything written down. And it might be that, you know, as you go through the weeks, you might think of something else and just add it on the bottom, because it doesn't have to be in chronological order at all. It's just about getting it down on the piece of paper so that you can look at it and really, you know, be proud of yourself for everything that you have done. You know, and as I explained when we were doing this back in November, that all of us have huge ups and downs throughout the year. And so, you know, sometimes the ups are forgotten because we have been concentrating on the downs. And so this is, you know, a fantastic reason why you need to do the exercise, so that you can really see the ups and relish in that fact, and just be grateful for all the people who have taken part in the great things in your year and helped it be the year that it was. But now, of course, we're on to 2019. Now, you know, a lot of people have a very busy time over the Christmas period, and I was one of those people. But last night, which was the last day of the festive season, we had a real family afternoon and evening, sitting, watching films. But it meant that I got up this morning, and I think I was awake before the alarm went off, and I was able to jump out of bed, and I really felt alive and ready to take on the day. And, you know, this is a great way to start the year, isn't it? And this is why also it's really important to start thinking about how you want your 2019 to be. Now, again, I like to, you know, do these things with a little creativity slant, and so I made up myself a little sheet with a picture that I've got, and also, you know, I named it something that would inspire me. So I've called mine Claiming My 2019, and I like the word claiming because, you know, the year is mine. You know, it's what I want to achieve, and, you know, the same for you. It's about what you want to achieve throughout the year. It's about how you want to feel, what you want to be doing, and so it's really important to spend time thinking about it, because it helps create the right frame of mind for yourself to start putting the vibes out there, starting to set your aims and your objectives, start tracking what you're doing, how you're getting on with it, and it gives you something to aim for, you know, whether it is about a new home, or whether it's about your holidays, or perhaps you want a new pet, or perhaps it's about rekindling some old friendships, or finding a new romance. You know, everyone is very, very individual. And so, you know, put your year on it, so that, you know, the vibes going out there and the intention going out there is for the right period of time. And again, it doesn't have to be in any particular order at this time. And you know what I did was, first of all, I put down on my sheet the things that I know are going to happen. you know, because even though you know they're going to happen, you still want it on that list because you don't know what's going to get in the way. And, you know, even though, you know, things can try and get in the way, it's about, you know, creating your normality when the tough times come along. Yes, sometimes when it's tough, we need to dig deep and, you know, look at our values, and we will feel very torn, but sometimes, you know, we have to carry on and do what we can do, not just for the people who need us, but also for the things for ourselves as well. So, you know, on the top of my list, I've already got some things that I know are going to happen through the year, and I have written those up there already. And then it's about what else do you want to happen? And this is what can perhaps get a little bit difficult for some people. And, you know, this is where quiet time or meditation is an excellent way to start, you know, working out your ideas, letting those ideas come to the surface so that you can see them more clearly, and then writing them down. So perhaps it's a new project, perhaps you want to be fitter, perhaps you want to feel healthier, perhaps you want to feel happier. Perhaps, you know, there's, you know, it's traditional, isn't it? And, you know, and I don't know whether you hear a lot, but I do, you know, that someone says, well, I want to learn a new language, or I want to write a book. Well, perhaps this is the year to start generating the right intention so that you can actually start doing that, and then hopefully finish it in the year as well. Perhaps it's about moving house, perhaps it's about a new career, perhaps it's about setting up your business, perhaps it's about a new challenge that you might have, you know, and you know, nobody else can write it for you. You need to write it because this is you. These are your ideas, these are your thoughts. This is about you being creative. This is about you living your life so that you can really enjoy having in it what you really want to have in it. And including, you know, the people that you want with you along the way. So perhaps it might be a holiday with some friends or some family. You know, it's also thinking about how you want to feel during that year. And if you don't know what the ideas are, then perhaps that is a good place to start. In your quiet time, how do you want to feel this year? Do you want to feel the same as last year, or, you know, was it a good year last year, or do you want to be feeling something different, something better, something more exciting? You know, perhaps you might want to be a little bit more patient, or a little bit more flexible or understanding. Or is it that you want to be a little bit more positive? Perhaps, you know, that has been a little bit of an issue for you last year. So that is also a very good place to start. How do you want to be feeling throughout the year, and what is going to happen to help you feel that way? So perhaps it is about your friendship groups, perhaps it is about romantic relationships, perhaps it is about family. Perhaps it is the sort of holiday that you want to take. Do you want to take a little bit more of a risky holiday, or take an expedition, rather than, you know, the traditional holiday that you've had through the year? And this is why I say, you know, it's about, you know, thinking about what you want. It's about also putting your hand on your heart. I know that I've talked about this, you know, a lot in the past, but it's really, really important because, you know, a year soon goes by, and every year that passes by me, it seems to go quicker and quicker. So again, put your hand on your heart. What is important to you? What is going to make you feel fulfilled and content, you know, and be, you know, a better a better person, a better partner, a better parent, a better friend, a better child, a better carer, a better employee, a better manager, a better business owner. And then it's really important to write it in a positive way. It's very, very easy, isn't it, to think about what you don't want. And, you know, a little bit harder to think about what you do want. And so this is where the quiet time comes in. Okay, that's what I don't want. So what do I want instead? But also it's about how you write it. So write it as if you've already got it. So, for example, the holiday that I've got booked, I've written, I will be, I shall be, I will be enjoying, you know, so that you are talking about it in the present, because then it's going to be a lot more real to you and help you focus a lot more, rather than, well, I'll try to be. I would like this to happen, you know, because those are words that, you know, are sort of a get out clause word that will let your brain wander off in perhaps a different direction. And then once you have written it, it is very important to keep it somewhere where you can look at it regularly. You know, to jog your memory, to remind you of what it is that you're aiming for through the year. Now, you know, I read in the paper, and unfortunately I can't remember who it was, which, you know, I'm really frustrated about it, you know, with myself. But, you know, a lot of people make their resolutions at the beginning of the year. But what this person was talking about was that they make their so-called resolutions on their birthday. And actually, to me, that makes so much sense, because your birthday is celebrating your first year of life out in this big wide world. Yes, I know that you have already been living for 9 months in your mother's womb, but this is about you being outside of your mother as your own individual being and making the most of it. Now, for me, my birthday's at the end of July, so I'm going to be starting now, you know, like I am going through the process with you, and then I'm going to be redoing it, and you know, in exactly the same way, you know, in 6 months' time. But it doesn't mean to say that we should put it away and forget about it for the rest of the time. It's about going back to it, having a look at it, readdressing it, you know, celebrating the things that you can cross off on your list, and maybe about, you know, elaborating on it as well. You know, perhaps you thought of something else that you would like to do, and you know, get it down on your list so that you can, you know, start working on them, start sending the great vibes out there to start the laws of attraction going, and start taking action towards getting them. Okay, so very important tips then is start off with the things that you know that are happening, get them written on the calendar, get them written in your diary, so that it will cement those things, you know, already in your year. Have some quiet time to start thinking about what it is that you want during the year, and then, you know, what it is that you want to be feeling, and write them down as if you already have it, or you are already doing it, okay, so that it makes it a lot more real. And if you want to work backwards, what do you want to be feeling or thinking or doing at the end of the year, and then the steps that you need to take to get you to that place. So that's your little bit of homework for this week. And then next week we're going to be talking about walking your 2019. So I love this little exercise, you know, doing it with people in the classroom. It's always a great activity, and I'm going to do that with you next Wednesday at 8 o'clock here live on Facebook. But if you would like to have some, great tips in helping you find your focus, helping you feel calmer and more relaxed so that you can start envisaging what it is that you want to be doing through 2019, then why not subscribe to my top 10 tips to keeping yourself sane, and I'll put the link in the bottom under this video. So have a great evening, have a great week, and I'll speak to you again at 8 o'clock next Wednesday evening. Bye bye now.